Hey, everybody. Welcome to Cardboard Commander. My name is Jerry, and I decided to do a live playthrough on ASL starter kit scenario. We're playing S41, which is Sync's Encouragement, and there's not a lot of rules to it. It's a small game, only 5 turns, so not too shabby. There is a couple of special rules. So the whole thing is basically the Americans win the game at the end by controlling all buildings within 2 hexes of P6, which is this hex right here. So this building, this building, this building, this building, this building. You get the idea, right? 2 hexes from here, okay? There also is a special artillery rule. And so what I did, so when I sat up for the Germans, I kind of spread things out a little bit. I have kind of flanking groups, and I have the medium machine gun here in the middle with a light machine gun and a light machine gun in the back here to kind of back up a little bit. And then as you can see there, so I kind of got everybody spread out. The 2 leaders are on each flank so they can help out if they need to. Then the Americans come in on the bottom part of the board here on the first row. So they come on the first turn. And like I said, their objective is to try to get all the buildings within 2 hexes of there. The key here is it's a short game, so they're going to have to move pretty quickly to do that. And they've got a little bit of open ground to cover through here. Not as much over here, but it's going to be slower moving. Excuse me, folks. I've been fighting off a little bit of a cold. I figured I'd do that. They all have smoke exponents, so we'll be trying to throw a lot of smoke and and doing it that way. The strange thing with this scenario, so the special rules are, as the first action in turn 1 prep fire phase, the American player calls in 3 artillery strikes. Place a marker in each of the 3 hexes. For each marker, make a die roll. If the colored die roll is 1 through a 4, the marker remains in the hex. If it's 5 or 6, the marker moves out. Moves 1 hex as determined by the white die. And then the German 467s have a smoke exponent of 3 as well. So the 467s have exponents of 3 as well. So, so with that being said, we're going to place the artillery that we need to place. So again, it affects so when it attacks, it affects all the units around the hex. So if it's here, so say we move 1 here, then it attacks all these hexes with a 16 firepower. So it's pretty strong stuff. And then a separate die roll for each attacked hex. And then that's about it. So that's where we're at here. So we're going to play. So if I'm the Americans, where can I place these to do the most damage? So we're going to try to go here. You know, I think we're just going to pummel one side and see if we can do a lot of damage right here. Excuse me again, folks. So, again, that's kind of all the firepower here. But since we've got everybody here, maybe they can make a push up. That's my thinking anyhow. So now that we placed them, we roll 2 dice. And again, the colored die, if it's a 1 through a 4, it's on point. If it's not, then we go from there. So we roll a die. And it actually is a 4-3. So I want to show the dice on the screen. Where do we do that at? Show dice on the screen. Where's that at? Maybe under general. Thought I had that on already, but maybe not. All right, let's see. Yeah, the problem is, Christoph, is you've got to, it's such a short game that if I spread them out too far, I won't be able to slow the Americans down. So I thought I would give it a shot and see how that went. Of course, we'll see how that goes. Says it's on here. Oh, that's weird. Didn't show up on the board unless I missed it over here. No. And let me go back. We're gonna try this one more time. I'm just gonna practice. That first roll is a 4 and a 3. We'll use that first. Yep, a 1 and a 6, and then a 2 and a 2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to. So the first one up here, that was a 4 and a 3, so it's on spot, right? So it targeted, so it did good. The second one was a 1, so they all wound up exactly where they're at. So good for the Americans, bad for the Germans. So we'll start here. We'll go right up here to where they're at. So a 16 fire attack there. We'll bring our chart up so you guys can see it. And the 16 fire attack will be the first one. A 3 on the 16. Ouch, that's going to do some damage. So we also have +3. So because of the stone building, so it's a 6 on the 16. So you're looking at a 2 morale check. And that is right there. 2 morale check. So the squad's a 7. So we make a morale check. It's a 5. So yeah, so he breaks. Break. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Break. Okay, now we come down here, and the die roll is a 6 plus 3 is a 9 on the 16. A 9 on the 16 is a 1 morale check. So the leader goes first. 7, 8, he's pinned. And the lower squad is a 7. He breaks. So this isn't good because they could be in trouble here in the next attack. So that's that artillery there. Now we're going to go to here. So we'll start just right to left like we did before. So now we're back over here again. So 16 plus 3, a 10. So it's a 13 on the 16. So we might have lucked out there. Yep, no effect. So that was good. And then over here, the IFT is 9 till 12 on a 16. So that's no effect. So that one didn't do too well for the Americans. So that one comes off. And now we have this last one. So again, we go here, 16 plus 3. That's a 7. That's a 9 on the 16. And that is going to be a 1 morale check. So start off with the leader first. The leader is the leader's actually, the leader's pinned. The other squad broke. I'll put that down there just so I remember that. All right. So the leader's pinned. So he takes a morale check, 8. So morale check, he breaks. And then the squad, they're really in trouble. So he takes a morale check. He dies. So he's eliminated. Send to Axis. Okay, and then that goes away. And the DM on the bottom goes away. Okay, so now we got a 16 over here. 16 plus 11, 12. That's a no effect. So they did kill 1 unit, which is over here. So that's not good. And of course, a leader's hurting now. So now we're going to go to. Now we've got the Americans coming on. So they are going to go. Well, the first thing they're going to do is we'll start over here first. So they're going to try to, because that range right there, I think it's a 4, 4, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can key everybody there. So they're going to try to play smoke here. So with the die roll, no smoke. So that's 1. They're going to go there for 2, just one of them. That's 2. So these guys will fire there. Little gutsy, right? So 7. We're playing with the IFT, so it's a 6. 6 down 2 for moving in the open, non-assault move. So 6 down 2, our die roll. Oh, that's going to hurt. So 1 on a 6 is a 2 KIA. So they get eliminated right away. And it's probably going to make us rethink our moving over here. We were trying to get a little cocky, and it didn't work out as well as we thought it might. Sorry, folks, I had to mute that for a second. And then so he also has right there, since they fired at 6, there's 3 resids or 2 resids down there as well. So we're going to do this. We're going to try to go here. I don't know. Let's see if that LOS went through that hindrance or not. Yeah, so it did. So we should have added 1 to that, but we're not going to go back. We're just going to go ahead and keep going. So he's going to go 2 into the woods. They'll fire again. Oh, they first fired. Sorry. First fired. And actually, the machine gun kept rate. So they could fire at a 3 plus 2. No, they're not going to do that. So that's 1, or that's 2, 3, 4. So we could, it'd be 4, 5, 6. It'd be 3 plus 1. Sorry, folks, the cold's getting me a little bit. We're going to go ahead and subsequent first fire here again. And so that will give us firepower of 7, but it's half to, or firepower of 6, half to 3, plus 1 for the hindrance. So 3 plus 1, but then minus moving in the open, non-assault move. So 3 minus 1. So I'm going to put that up here just so we get that down. So 3 minus 1, IFT. We roll a 9. So it's an 8 on a 3. Oh, on a 2, actually, no effect. Okay. And so they went 2, 3, 4, and they stopped there. Now, these guys, so really they don't have many people that can fire at them. We got to watch out for these guys here. They're going to go, so we're going to move as a stack, and I wouldn't recommend moving as a stack normally. And we're not going to do it this time either. We're going to move the crew and the machine gun. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3. They'll take the machine gun with them. I don't think anybody can see them. They could fire, but they can't. If they went here, these guys might have a shot at them. So I think they're just going to go 1. He may have a shot there. Let's look. But I don't want to take the chance. 1, 2, and they're going to go there. Again, sorry for all the noises, folks. This guy is going to go. They're going to go as a group. They're going to go one. And I don't know if they can see. That's going to be tight through there. I don't want to take a chance. They're going to go there for two, and then I will try to fire there, I think. I'm going to take a chance. So first fire, let's run. Let's check line of sight. Yep, it says it's black, says it's good. So he wouldn't have been good had it been down here. Yeah, it would have been good there too. So so he fires here, from here to here. He's got 4-8 with a -1 leader. So it's going to be 8 -3 non-assault move, moving in the open. And so 8 -3, that could do some damage. Again, a little reckless. I'm trying to move quickly. IFT, that's a 6 on an 8. So 6 on the 8 is a 1 morale check. The leader goes first, so he needs an 8. Oh, casualty reduces. Wow. So he's wounded. That's really good, right? So he gets casualty reduced. So he goes down to a 9-0 leader. I think I'm doing that right. Single man counter, allied, single man counter, goes to a 9-0 leader. Then he has to worry about, so it's a 9-1. There is a 9-0. So he goes to an 8-1 leader. So he goes there. He comes off. Then he has to roll for wound. And so want to make sure that let's see if it's on one of the charts. Some really good charts that they use here for that Neil has done. Let's see. And some reference charts here. Here we go. Wounds. So 1 through a 4, he's wounded. Greater a 5 or 6, he is KIA. So we're going to roll 1 dice to see what happens here. 6, he's dead. So it doesn't matter, that leader dies. And now so they have to take a lost leader task check plus a morale check, but first we'll see if they pass the morale check. First guy, he needs a 6. He breaks. Second guy, he breaks. So then we don't do the pin task check because a break is better than a pin task check. So they took it on the chin right there a little bit. Again, folks, you're learning a lesson. Don't move in the open. If you can avoid it, and don't move as a group. So there's going to be some resid there. So it's 8. So it's going to be 4 resid there. And we'll put that right there. And they should have tried to pop smoke like we said before. Should have done that. These guys are actually going to go 2, 3, 4. They're going to jump in there. You go there. Now these guys, they're going to have some cover for the most part. These guys could subsequent first fire, but it's going to be blocked. So they're going to walk out and go 1. So as you can see, that's going to be blocked there. So they're not going to be able to fire there. And they know they can't fire. So that's 1. That's 2. Again, still blocked for these guys because of the hedge. That's 2. They're going to try to pop smoke into here. So the first squad's going to try it. Yes, they do. So we grab a smoke marker. I should have grabbed some of those at the beginning. If I can find them, those are going to be, where are they at? Unit, basic, there we go. Smoke marker is going to go right there. And then they're going to go ahead and move into there. So this first group will fire at them, even though it's subsequent. So they'll do that. So they can, of course, fire at them now. It's just a hindrance. So you're looking at a 4, 8 divided by 2 half because they've already fired. So it's 4 plus 1 plus the 2 for the smoke. So plus 3. So 4 plus 3 into there. 5, 6, 7, 8 on the 4 chart. 8 on the 4 chart is a 8 on the 4 is a normal morale check. 8 on the 4 chart. No, it's not. Sorry, it's a miss completely. And then so that was 1, 2, 3 to pop smoke. 4, 5. They're going to stop there. This group was going to actually fire from there to there. They can fire 8, and it's going to be plus 3 as well. Yeah, so 8 plus 3. So the IFT is, so they cower. So it goes down. So it's a huge miss. So they've first fired. So that is it for my movement phase. I should have moved this. So the U.S. movement phase is over. Now we're going to go to defensive fire phase. And that defensive fire phase, we're pretty much toast as it is. So we go to the advancing fire phase. Let's go ahead and get rid of the first fire markers. So advancing fire phase, so I can fire at half here. So it's going to still be out of the smoke, but it's 7, 14, 18, half. So 9 down to an 8. I think that's what it is on the chart. Yeah, down to an 8. Plus 2, but so plus 2, plus 5, but minus 2, so plus 3. So 8 plus 3. So you guys see how I did that? So 14, 15, so 18 firepower, it's halved. So it goes down to 9, goes down to an 8. They have to add 2 for the smoke, add 3 for the building. So that's 5, then minus 2. So it's a plus 3. So 8, 9, 10, 11 on the 8 is going to be nothing. And they've advanced fired. These guys here are going to try to do some more damage to this poor gentleman here. They're firing at, can't use machine gun. Oh, so you couldn't use a machine gun over here either in advancing fire. So that was actually a 14, a 7 down to a 6. So it still didn't matter. Over here, you're looking at 7 and a range of 3. Yep. So 7 and 10. So it's half down to 5. So it's on the 4 IFT plus 3, 4 plus 3. All right, sorry. I hope I muted that before I did that. So 4 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the 4. I think that's going to be no effect as well. And here we would fire again, halved is going to be 3.5. It's going to go up to 4. Yeah, because see, I missed that too. So these guys can all assault fire, or these guys could. So you get to add 1. So I got to slow down and pay more attention. So here we're at 7, they're up to an 8, down to a 4. They're in a so it's 4 plus 4. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but we'll see. That's no effect as well. So that's it for that advancing fire. So now we go to the next phase, which is the route phase. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I used to be a full-blown ASL guy for years, and then I quit completely and sold it all because it seemed like it was monopolizing all of my time. And so a couple of years I got back into starter kit. I have all the starter kit stuff, but I'm not going to dive into the rabbit hole again. I'm just doing starter kit. So, and it's been a lot of fun. I play a little bit on the ladder board and that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean up the board. So let's get rid of residual. Let's get rid of all the fire markers. And now route phase. So the Americans go first. So they will go back into the woods here. And because if they go here, let's see, they were there. They go here. See what the LOS is there. Okay, so they're going to have to low crawl to there because these guys can actually see them. Yeah, they're going to have to go back there. I think that's it for the routing for the Americans. Now the Germans, he could actually stay in this building if he wanted to, but he's not going to. He's going to go back to here, and he's actually going to go back again. So if he does rally, at least he can help this guy get back into the game as well. Let's see. After that, that's it for the rally phase. Now we got the advance phase. So the Americans are going to move into here. These guys, they're going to stay where they're at. And these guys are going to move. Boy, they're out in the middle of no man's land there. Well, we're just going to move back here and have to take a shot. So close combat, none. So now we go to the rally phase for the Americans, or for the Germans, sorry. Okay, there are no reinforcements, so we don't have to worry about that. So rally phase. So first we start off with the Germans. So the leader is a 4, but he gets cover for 5. So he needs a 5. And he actually comes back. No, he needs less than a 5, sorry. So he doesn't, but the DM marker comes off. And the squad there, they can't do that. So the DM marker comes off there. Now it comes down to these guys. They don't get a self rally because they're not their turn. So they are stuck there. Oh, and they're still DM because they're out in the middle of nowhere. Sorry about that. All right. So now we go to the prep fire phase for the Germans. And yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is over here again. So now we're going to go here to here. So you're looking at 8 plus 1 for the hindrance. So the hindrance and the leadership cancel each other out. So it's just an 8 flat. So 8 flat on the IFT, a 10, that's going to be nothing. Nope, pin task check. Nope, nothing, sorry. So they prep fired. These guys are going to fire there as well. So that's going to be an 8 plus 1. So it's going to be an 8 plus 1 because of the hindrance. And that is going to be, they cowered again. So that's the second time that group's cowered. So it goes down. So that's a no effect. So So let's clone that marker, and that goes there. These guys here are going to fire here. So they are at that's a 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a 6 plus 1 because of the hindrance. That's an 8 on a 6 is pin task check. So they need a morale check. They make it, they're fine. And they've prep fired. So that's it for prep fire. Movement phase, no movement. Now defensive fire phase. So we're going to start off by firing these guys over here. No, or do we want those guys? No, we're going to fire from here. Well, yeah, here to here. We're looking at the machine guns 4, 5, 6, 7. But you know what? Let's just fire the 2 squad. So we'll fire the squad and the half squad. So that's 10. So that's a 5 down to a 4. It'd be 4 plus 2. And if we use the machine gun, it's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Now let's use the machine gun. So it's going to be 14. So that's going to go down to the 12 chart with the leader -1, but the build. So 12 plus 2. So we'll see what that comes out as. He doesn't cower because he's a leader, but 12 on a 12 is not going to be anything. Oh, I take that back. No, that's not the wrong one, Jerry. 12 on a 12 is nothing. So they've defensive fired. Defensive fired. These guys are going to fire. So again, they're a 6. Oh, 6 plus 4. Yeah, we'll do that. 6 plus 4. Thank God they didn't have a machine gun or anything. They don't do much. So that's their final fire. Over here, we're going to attack there. So we've got 7, 14. We'll do 14 plus 1, so it's going to be 12 plus 1 right there. Let's see if we can get a decent roll. That's a pretty good roll. So we didn't fire the machine gun, so no rate, but a 2 plus 2 is going to be a 4 on the 12 chart. That's going to do some damage. 3 morale check. So leaders first. Leader's an 8. So needs a 5 or less. He breaks. And the ELR for this scenario is 3 for the Germans. So he's okay. This squad down here, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he breaks. And the last squad, 13. So let's see. So he breaks. He had 7. So he rolled a 6 plus 3 is 9. So he didn't ELR. The bottom guy is a 7. He got 13. So he ELRs and breaks. So ELR, and then he breaks. So I think that's everybody broken there. Yep. So everybody's broken there. All right. Now the machine gun is going to fire 4 plus 1 into there. Can we get 2 low numbers here? 7, 8 on a 4. Don't think that's going to be much. 8 on a 4 is nothing. He didn't keep rate, so he's done. So he's final fired. Oh, not DM. I don't need to DM him. There we go. All right. And then they can't do anything. So now we go to advancing fire phase. The Axis do not have any of that. The route phase, this group here, they are actually going to go back 1, 2 to there. These guys are going to go 1 back into here. And that's it for the route phase. Advanced phase. Let's get rid of these markers. Let's get rid of defensive fire markers. Advanced phase. I think these guys are going to just advance back into here. And yeah, that leader's not broke. I don't know why he's like that. I wonder if these guys should go over to here just to get out of the line of fire. Yeah, they're going to go there. All right. Close combat phase, there is none. Rally phase, turn 2. So the Axis, they're both DM, so they need low numbers. 4, nope, not low enough. He needs because they're at 4. Yep, he's good. Okay. So he's good, but the next guy, not so good. Okay, DM marker comes off. Now the leader can try to self-rally. He's a 4, 5. So he doesn't, but the DM marker comes off. And I think that's it for that. Prep fire phase. So now the Americans have a chance to get up here, right? So they have this control, so they need to. So this building's under control there. So we need to make sure we keep track of that. Because to control a building, you have to go into that building. So I don't know where the markers are at. Map, info, control. There we go. So let's just say, I'll just put these. Okay, so this goes down here. Put those down at the bottom. He's got that one. Let's see. Okay, so now we're at the prep fire phase. Since they've all gone back, I'm thinking we're just going to move. So we're not going to prep fire anymore. We're going to go to the movement phase. And first thing we're going to do is the squad here in this group is going to try to place smoke here. And I'm going to put some smoke markers over here. So he's going to try to place smoke there. He needs a 3. Nope, that's 1 movement point. He'll try it again. No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can try to place smoke twice with the same unit. So what are we going to do? All right, so the squad is just going to move forward and go 1. They're going to go, there. So we do know that they can fire, so they'll defensive fire. So that's a 4, a 6, 6 down 2. IFT, that's a 5 on a 6. That's going to do something. That's a 1 morale check. So they are a 6. He's good. So they first fired. Then they're going to go there. So they're going to subsequent first fire. So it's halved, but then it's doubled because of point blank fire. So it's a 4 plus 3 into there. Well, non-assault move, so 4 plus 2. 5, 6, 7 on a 4. Pin task check. So let's see if he can make that. He pins. A little too much fire there for him. But he's final fired. So now well, first of all, we're going to have, these guys are going to run across the street. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. They're going to DM these guys again. So those guys will become DM. And they'll stop there. These guys here will go 2, 3, 4, and go there. These guys over here are going to go the first squad's going to go 1, 2. Does he want to move up one more? Yeah, he's going to move up there. So they're going the bottom squad's going to fire at 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2, that's a 7 on a 4. It's a pin task check. So he's a 7. He's okay. So the bottom squad has first fired. Okay, these guys are going to go. They're all just going to go. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. So now the bottom squad can subsequent first fire. The top squad will first fire. So they're going to go. So combined, they're going to be 4. The bottom squad is going to be subsequent, so half, but then point blank. So it's 4, 4. So it's 8 plus 2 for non-assault move, but in the building. 8 plus 2. 10, 12 on an 8. I don't think that's going to be enough to do anything. Nope. And so now these guys, they're there. And they've final fired. Now these guys can't subsequent fire because they use 2. I think it's using 2 movement factors into there. I think that's how that works. So they probably can. So it's going to be a 2 plus 2 right there with that, which is no effect. So everybody's final fired there. I'll have to read up on that just to double check on all that. That's it for movement phase. Now defensive fire phase. Everybody's fired that could fire. Advancing fire phase. So this group here, they won't because it's just a machine. Well, yeah, they will. So this group will fire here at a 3 plus 2. And basically it's just or that's going to be a 2 plus 2. That's just to get them DM'd again. Because they took fire. And then these guys here, they're going to fire 7. So it's actually a 6. 6 plus 1 because of the leader. So 6 plus 1. And that is going to be a 6 on a 6. That's going to do some damage. So 1 morale check. So top squad's a 7, bottom squad's a 7. So it's a 6 and a 6. Top squad breaks. Oh, they break too. And they ELR. The top squad breaks, but they don't ELR. The bottom squad, they ELR and then they break. So they both break. Now, these guys are going to go ahead and fire into there as well. So they're an 8 because of the assault fire. So have their 4 plus 3 into there. 7, 8, 9, 10 on the 4. I don't think that's going to be anything. Nope. So they've advanced fire. So just for purposes so we know what's going on, they've advanced fired, they advanced fired, and they advanced fired. That's it for the advanced fire phase. So now we go to the route phase so we can clean up some, get rid of prep fire, get rid of defensive fire. So now we've got the route phase. So these guys are going to actually route back to here. These guys here are going to have to low crawl back to there. And these guys here are going to have to low crawl into there. Okay. So now the advanced phase. So these guys advance there. These guys advance there. And these guys are going to advance there. No close combat. And now the Allies turn 3. Or I'm sorry, Allies turn 2. Pen marker comes off. I forgot to move these guys down here. So these guys would have moved 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just move them there. Okay, so now these guys can try to self-rally. They do. Now the Germans, they need some help here. So we'll go here first, the leaders, and he needs to roll a low number. He doesn't. This leader here needs to roll a low number. He doesn't. And that's it. So these two stay there. That DM can come off. But theirs stays on because they're low crawled out in the open. So now Allied prep fire phase. This is ugly for the Germans. We're going to go ahead and fire from here to here. So that'd be 6 or 4 and 3 is 7. Doubled is 14. 14 plus 2 because the leader in the building. So 14 plus 2. 9 on the 14. On the 12, actually. It's going to give us a normal morale check. So he is a 7. And he breaks. That one hurts. So now this guys are going to fire here. So they're at oh, actually that was, yeah. So they're actually a 14 as well. So they go to 1, 2, 3. Yes, you're right, Michael, because he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. Thank you for catching that. Let's see. CX marker for that. So, Michael, do you play on Vassal? Do you play games live? All right. So now we're back to here to there. So it's 14. It's going to be a 12 plus 3 this time because there's no leader in there. So 12 plus 3. Oof. So 7 on a 12 is a 1 morale check. And that morale check he's a 7, so he needs a 6. He is eliminated. And machine gun goes away. And that goes away. So they prep fired. They prep fired. Now we're going to come over here to here. You should really do it. It's I love playing it, especially when you've got Discord. You can play it. It's almost like playing live. I'm supposed to play a game tomorrow, I think. Christoph, when do you want to get together and play Traces of Hubris? I'm ready to play that. Let's see, here to here. We're at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's double 22. So 22 plus 1 right here. So 22 plus 1. 22 goes to a 20. And it was a 10, 11 on a 20 is a normal morale check. We're hoping for something a little better than that. Sorry, both those guys were broken there. So the first 7, he's okay. The next guy, he's okay. So they don't die. So they hang in there. So they prep fired, and that would just be 3. Now we're not going to do that. So what's TLNB? So many acronyms. Okay. Movement phase. Trying to install Vassal on my Samsung. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I didn't think you could run Vassal on a tablet. It'd be nice if you could, but it'd be hard to play on a tablet, I think. Okay, movement phase. So these guys are CX'd. So they're just going to go 1. And they got both of those buildings now. So there. Clone there. So those are theirs. This one's ours over here. This one's ours. I think we're pretty much... There's just a lot of firepower the Americans can bring down on this scenario with... So P6 is here, so they have 1, 2. So they have to get this. They need this one. And otherwise, they've got everything else. So I think it looks pretty good for the Americans. All right. Let's see, movement. Now this guy down here, he's just going to run up, go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now defensive fire phase. Got none for the Germans. Advancing fire phase. So let's not going to be any of that as well. So let's clean up the board. And route phase. So now these poor guys have got to route. Well, they don't have to route. These guys have to route. And they're just going to go back there. Okay. And I don't have anybody else to route. So now the advance phase. Yeah, I can't play Thursday or Friday. I'm actually going on a motorcycle trip. Um, so we'll have to play next week if that's good with you. Pick a day next week. I'll be back the whole week. Okay, so we're at the advancing phase. So they go there, they go there. So clone, they go there, they go there. Yeah, this is pretty ugly now for the Axis. So close combat, none. And next phase, rally phase, we go to turn 3. Or I'm sorry, turn. The Axis went first, right? Yeah, so this should be turn 3 or turn. So Axis first, second. Axis first. So this is no, this has got to be turn 3. Okay, and November 11th. Let me see if that's the date. Let's see. Yeah, the 11th. What time do you want to play, Christoph? You pick the time. Um, as early in the day as possible for me would be great. And I know, but your time change is weird, so I can play in the morning. So that'd be probably the best for you, I would think. It's right now. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So, all right, rally phase or route phase. Now we go prep fire phase. So first the rally phase, we can do a self rally here. So we're going to try one self rally here with the 7. He's DM though. Nope, but the DM comes off. Here, oh, you know what? He also had to route because he's adjacent. So he's got to go there. So the leader needs a low roll. Nope. And then the 2 squads. Nope. Oh, the bottom guy makes it. So he's a 3. Yeah, the bottom guy makes it. So he's fine. So 2. And then the DM comes off of him as well. All right. Now they go to the movement, or I'm sorry, back. Now they're at their prep fire phase. Yeah, it's like shooting up a stream right now. You pick the time in the morning, good. Afternoon for me. In the morning for you, afternoon for me. What time is it at your place now, Christoph? So now we're going to go. Well, they're going to prep fire. I guess I'll go here to here, 4 plus 2 or plus 3. Really, the only thing they can do. Yeah, that's nothing. So, folks, I don't know about you, but I think these guys are pretty much done. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this. I ran through it pretty quickly. I'm sure I missed something because I was trying to do it live stream. We've already been on for an hour. So it's 10 o'clock your time in the evening. So how about, let's see. So you're 7 hours ahead. So if we did it at, how about 9 o'clock my time? So that would be 3 o'clock your time. 9 a.m. my time, 3 o'clock your time. How's that? I think that would work, right? And all right, let's see. So I think I'm going to call it. So we're done there, guys. Again, just a quick little scenario that we played. I love playing starter kit. If you guys ever get a chance, you want to play, let me know. And that sort of thing. So just all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. What's this for the live stream? Oh yeah, appreciate it, Michael. Thanks for coming by, guys. And we will talk to you all soon. Until next time, be safe, be kind. Happy wargaming, everybody.